Work hard, play hard, and give all you can? What if I told you that everything you are today, everything you have, and everything you've accomplished began with a single thought? It's true. This is the greatest discovery of our time. Your thoughts create your reality. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every thought you plant will grow into something real in your life. Plant thoughts of success, happiness, and abundance, and that's exactly what you'll harvest. But leave your garden untended, allowing weeds of doubt, fear, and negativity to take root, and soon those unwanted plants will choke out everything beautiful you hoped to grow. The wonderful truth is that you are the gardener. You choose which seeds to plant in your mental garden. The most successful people in the world understand this simple idea. They carefully watch their thoughts, pulling out the negative ones before they can take root, while nurturing positive thoughts until they bloom into magnificent achievements. Let me share a secret with you. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle through life isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's simply this: successful people think different thoughts. They focus on what they want, not what they fear. They concentrate on solutions, not problems. They see obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. You can develop this same power. When a negative thought enters your mind, I can't do this or this is too hard, catch it quickly, replace it with something better. I'm figuring this out or I'm getting stronger with each attempt. This small change creates an entirely different result in your life. Lesson 1. The magic of thought. Your thoughts have magnetic power. What you think about most is drawn into your life. Think about problems, and you'll find more problems. Think about opportunities, and suddenly they appear everywhere you look. This isn't magic. It's how your brain works. It notices what you tell it to look for. Here's a simple practice to harness this power: the 5-minute morning mind map. When you wake up tomorrow, take just 5 minutes to write down exactly what you want to accomplish that day. Not what you have to do, but what you want to create. Write how you'll feel when you achieve these things. Be specific and positive. This simple exercise programs your mind to recognize opportunities that match your goals. It's like giving your brain a treasure map at the start of each day. Your thoughts will automatically begin working to make your written words come true. The world you see outside is a reflection of your inner thoughts. Change your thinking, and everything changes. This isn't just positive thinking. It's understanding the actual laws that govern human achievement. The magic of thought isn't really magic at all. It's a power you were born with, waiting for you to use it. Start today by planting beautiful thoughts in your mental garden and watch as your life transforms into something more wonderful than you ever imagined. Lesson 2. Set your course. The ancient mariners who sailed the vast oceans knew a secret that many of us have forgotten in our modern world. They understood that without a clear destination and a reliable compass, a ship would drift aimlessly at the mercy of currents and winds. Our lives are no different. The most important journey you'll ever take is the journey of your life, and without clear goals to guide you, you'll find yourself adrift in a sea of mediocrity and disappointment. That's the reason why most people never reach their dreams. They haven't clearly defined what those dreams are. They have vague notions of being happy or getting rich, but these fuzzy ideas provide no real direction. Picture for a moment 2 children. The first says, "I want to do something fun today." The second says, "I want to build a treehouse with a rope ladder by sunset." Which child do you think will have the more satisfying day? The second child has set a clear goal that will pull them forward throughout the day, giving them purpose and direction. You need goals in 6 important areas of your life: your physical health, your family relationships, your friendships, your financial situation, your spiritual growth, and your career or schoolwork. When you set clear targets in each area, you create balance. Too many people chase money while their health crumbles, or focus entirely on work while their family connections wither away. The goals that truly change your life have 3 special qualities. First, they're specific. You can see them clearly in your mind. Second, they have a deadline. Open-ended goals rarely create urgency. And third, they connect to something you deeply care about. When your goals check these 3 boxes, they become magnetic. They pull you forward automatically, even on days when motivation is low. Let me share a secret that has changed countless lives. Writing down your goals transforms them from mere wishes into powerful commands to your subconscious mind. There's magic in putting pen to paper. The goals you write become blueprints that your mind works tirelessly to build. Consider a young student who writes down, by June 1st, I will improve my math grade from AC to AB by practicing problems for 20 minutes every day. This clear statement becomes a daily guide. Creating focus and purpose. Compare that to simply thinking, I need to do better in math. The difference is remarkable. Today, I challenge you to create your one-page life plan. Take a single sheet of paper and divide it into those 6 areas I mentioned. For each one, write down one specific goal with a clear deadline. Keep this paper where you'll see it daily, perhaps on your bathroom mirror or by your bed. This simple document will become your compass, guiding you through life's stormy waters toward the shores of your choosing. Friends in the journey of life, those who set their course reach their destination. Those who don't are simply passengers on someone else's ship. Lesson 3. The Law of the Harvest. Have you ever watched a farmer at work? There's a quiet wisdom in the way he plants his seeds, tends his fields, and patiently waits for nature to work its miracle. The farmer understands what many of us in our hurried world have forgotten, that mighty oaks from tiny acorns grow, but never overnight. This, S, is the law of the harvest, one of life's most powerful principles. Simply stated, you reap what you sow. Plant corn, and corn you shall harvest. Not wheat, not rice, but corn. Plant nothing, and nothing you shall receive. In your life's garden, the seeds are your daily actions. Each small deed, each decision, each moment of effort is a seed planted in the soil of time. These seeds may seem insignificant on any given day. Reading 10 pages, saving a few dollars, practicing a skill for 15 minutes, such small things, yet the harvest that comes from these consistent efforts will amaze you. Most people underestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but overestimate what they can do in a day. They want the harvest without the planting, the results without the work. They plant seeds on Monday, but dig them up on Tuesday to see if anything's growing yet. Patience, my dear friend, is the secret ingredient. The universe operates on timeless principles, not on your schedule. The seeds of your efforts need time to germinate beneath the surface where you cannot see them. During this waiting period, many give up, believing their efforts are wasted. But the person of wisdom continues planting, continues watering, continues believing. This truth, small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. This is compound effort, and its power is magnificent. Just as money compounds in a bank account, so do your efforts compound in your life. The first results may be barely noticeable, but keep going. Soon growth becomes visible, and eventually it becomes remarkable. Consider the bamboo farmer who plants his seeds and waters them faithfully. For 4 years he sees nothing but tiny shoots. In the 5th year, the bamboo grows 90 feet in 6 weeks. Did the growth occur in 6 weeks? No. It was 5 years in the making, with the roots growing strong beneath the soil where no one could see. Your life follows this same pattern. The book you're writing page by page, the business you're building, call by call, the relationship you're strengthening day by day. These don't transform overnight. But with consistent care, the harvest will come, and it will be worth every moment of your patience. Begin today with your seed planting journal. Choose your most important goal and write down one small action you take toward it each day. Water these seeds with your attention and faith. Don't be discouraged by slow beginnings. The law of the harvest. What you persistently plant, you will abundantly reap. As surely as night follows day, your harvest will come. Lesson 4. Your thinking workspace. Your mind becomes what your environment suggests. This principle, as simple as it sounds, holds incredible power for those wise enough to apply it. Let me share something I've observed over decades of studying successful people. They all create environments that support their greatest thinking. Think of your mind as a sensitive instrument, constantly picking up signals from your surroundings. The books on your shelf, the pictures on your wall, the people who fill your days, all of these are programming your thoughts in ways you might not even realize. The most productive thinkers understand this truth. Genius rarely emerges from chaos. When your desk is cluttered with random papers, when your phone buzzes every few minutes with notifications, when the television drones in the background, your mind simply cannot reach its highest potential. It's trying to process too many signals at once. Consider the spaces where your best ideas have come to you. Perhaps in a quiet library, or during a peaceful walk, or maybe early in the morning before the household awakens. These aren't coincidences. They're environments that gave your thinking room to expand. The people around you form perhaps the most important part of your thinking workspace. Jim Rohn, my dear friend, often said, "We become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with." Their attitudes, their conversations, their ambitions, these silently shape your own thinking patterns. Are you surrounding yourself with forward thinkers or with complainers, with doers or with dreamers who never take action? Creating your ideal thinking workspace doesn't require wealth or special privileges. It simply requires intention. Find a spot in your home, even if it's just a small corner, that you dedicate to your most important thinking. Keep it clean and organized. Place objects there that inspire you, perhaps a meaningful photograph, a special book, or a small memento that reminds you of your purpose. Then, take control of your mental intake. The average American consumes over 5 hours of television daily, filling their minds with messages designed primarily to sell products rather than elevate thinking. What might happen if you replace just 1 hour of that time with reading or thoughtful conversation? Removing distractions often matters more than adding inspiration. Try this experiment. Work for 1 hour with your phone in another room, notifications turned off on your computer, and see how different your thinking becomes. Many people report that their concentration deepens dramatically when they create this kind of focused space. Your environment isn't just where you live, it's what lives within you. By deliberately shaping your surroundings, you're programming your mind for the kind of thoughts that lead to achievement. The great architect of your thinking workspace is you. Build it with care, maintain it with diligence, and watch as your thoughts rise to match the environment you've created. Lesson 5. The miracle of attitude. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to float through life's storms with a calm smile, while others are capsized by the smallest ripples? The difference isn't luck or circumstances. It's attitude. Your attitude truly determines your altitude in life. I've observed thousands of people throughout my career, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that attitude is the great separator between those who achieve remarkable things and those who merely exist. A positive attitude is the miracle that transforms ordinary days into extraordinary adventures. When problems appear, and they always will, the person with a positive attitude doesn't waste time complaining. Instead, they immediately look for the opportunity hidden within the challenge. Every problem comes wrapped in a package of opportunity. The wrapping may be ugly, but the gift inside is valuable if you have the attitude to unwrap it. Here's a simple 3-step method I've used for decades to flip negative situations. First, acknowledge the problem without emotion. Second, ask yourself, what's good about this? Third, take immediate action on the opportunity you've discovered. This simple process has turned countless seeming disasters into surprising victories. Let me share a story. A young woman named Sarah lost her job during an economic downturn. Instead of falling into despair, she asked herself what opportunity this presented. With her newfound time, she started the small business she'd been dreaming about for years. Today, her company employs 15 people. The situation didn't change. Her attitude toward it did. Gratitude is your secret weapon in maintaining a positive attitude. When you're grateful for what you have, you position yourself to receive more. Start each morning by naming 5 things you're thankful for. This simple habit will transform how you experience every single day. Your attitude isn't just about how you feel. It's about what you accomplish. A positive attitude gives you energy, attracts helpful people, and allows you to see solutions where others see only problems. It's the difference between saying I can and I can't, and both become self-fulfilling prophecies. The wonderful truth is that your attitude is entirely within your control. No one can force you to have a bad attitude without your permission. You can choose your response to every situation you face. This is true freedom, the freedom to choose how you'll interpret and respond to life's events. I challenge you to practice the attitude shift for 7 straight days. When any problem appears, immediately look for the opportunity it contains. Write down what you discover. After just 1 week of this practice, you'll be amazed at how differently you view challenges. Life doesn't happen to you. It responds to you. And it responds most powerfully to your attitude. Maintain a positive attitude. Look for opportunities in every situation. Practice daily gratitude and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. Your attitude truly is the miracle that can change everything. Lesson 6. Your work is your signature. The quality of your work speaks volumes about who you are. It reveals your character far more eloquently than any words you might speak. When you put your hands to a task, whether it's washing dishes, designing a building, or teaching a child, you're leaving your signature, your personal mark of quality and care, on everything you touch. Have you ever noticed that the road of excellence is rarely crowded? Most people are content to do just enough to get by, to meet the minimum requirements. But the person who goes the extra mile finds themselves in the company of winners. This extra effort, this dedication to excellence, is what separates the exceptional from the average. Consider the humble street sweeper. One might view this as menial work, but the person who sweeps streets with the same pride and thoroughness as a surgeon performing an operation understands a fundamental truth about work. There is dignity in doing any job well. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. The job title matters far less than how you perform your duties." Your work is a mirror reflecting your self-respect. When you commit to excellence in your daily tasks, you're really saying, "This is who I am. This is who I stand." People who perform sloppy work often carry that same carelessness into other areas of their lives. Meanwhile, those who take pride in their work, who see each task as an opportunity to demonstrate excellence, tend to approach their relationships, health, and personal growth with the same dedication. Everything worthwhile takes effort. The writer Ernest Hemingway rewrote the ending to A Farewell to Arms 30 9 times before he was satisfied. When asked what had stumped him, he replied, "Getting the words right. That's the mindset of someone who understands that their work carries their signature." In today's world of quick fixes and shortcuts, a strong work ethic stands out more than ever. Employers, friends, and family notice. When someone consistently delivers more than expected, this reputation for excellence becomes a valuable asset that opens doors to opportunities others never see. This week, I challenge you to select one task, any task, and perform it at an extraordinary level. Perhaps it's organizing your desk, preparing a report, or cooking a meal for your family. Approach it with complete focus and care. Put your heart into it. Go beyond what's required or expected. Then notice how it feels to produce work of exceptional quality. Your work is indeed your signature in this world. Make it a signature you're proud to leave behind. When you commit to excellence in everything you do, you'll discover a deep satisfaction that casual effort never provides, and you'll find, as countless achievers before you have found, that the rewards of excellence far outweigh the extra effort required to attain it. Lesson 7. The Power of Learning. This is Earl Nightingale, and today we're going to explore one of life's greatest treasures, the power of continuous learning. I've discovered through my years that the person who stops learning stops growing and essentially stops living and essentially stops living in the fullest sense. Learning is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see things that were always there but hidden from your view. When you make learning a daily habit, you're constantly illuminating new corners of your world. Have you noticed How the most successful people are often those with the most dog-eared books. There's a reason we say that readers are leaders. Books allow you to borrow the wisdom from someone who may have spent decades mastering something. You can absorb their life's work in just a few hours. What an incredible bargain that is. But effective reading isn't just about moving your eyes across the page. The real magic happens when you read with purpose. Ask yourself before opening any book, what do I want to learn here? Then, as you read, imagine you'll need to teach this material to someone else tomorrow. This simple shift will dramatically increase how much you retain. The wonderful thing about learning is that it's not confined to classrooms or books. Every experience in your day contains valuable lessons if you're paying attention. The best learners have developed the habit of asking, what can I learn from this? Whether facing success or setback. Try this experiment. For just 1 week, carry a small notebook with you. Jot down one new thing you learn each day. It might be something from a conversation, an observation about how people behave, or a fact from something you read. You'll be amazed at how this simple practice trains your mind to become a learning machine. The greatest advantage you can give yourself in life is the commitment to learn something new every day. 15 minutes daily adds up to over 90 hours in a year. That's like taking 2 full college courses. This small investment can completely change the trajectory of your life. Learning isn't just about collecting information. It's about transformation. When you learn, you literally change your brain. New neural connections form, making you more capable, more confident, and more creative in solving life's challenges. In our rapidly changing world, it's not the strongest or even the most intelligent who will succeed. It's those most responsive to change. And how do we become responsive? Through continuous learning. Make it your mission to deposit something valuable into your knowledge account every single day. Read books that challenge you. Read books that challenge you. Listen to ideas that make you think. Ask questions that make others pause. Your growing wisdom will compound over time, just like interest in a bank account, creating a wealth that nobody can ever take from you. The power to learn is the power to transform your life. Use it wisely, use it daily, and watch as doors of opportunity swing open before you. Lesson 8. Courage to begin. How many dreams lie dormant in the cemetery of fear? How many magnificent achievements never materialized because someone couldn't find the courage to take that first step? The greatest obstacle between you and your desired destination isn't lack of skill or opportunity. It's the paralysis that comes from fear. I've seen it time and again. Brilliant ideas forever trapped in the mind because the thinker couldn't summon the courage to begin. Here's a truth I want you to. Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. That's right. Most of what we fear exists only in our imagination. The monster under the bed disappears when we turn on the light, and our fears shrink when we face them directly. But how do we find that courage? By understanding that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite being afraid. The brave child isn't the one who feels no fear in the dark. It's the one who walks through the darkness anyway. Start by breaking your big goals into steps so small they seem almost silly. Want to write a book? Don't think about all 200 pages. Just write 1 paragraph. Want to start exercising? Don't plan a 2-hour workout. Just put on your sneakers and step outside. These tiny actions bypass your fear center because they seem so manageable. I call this the first 5 minutes technique. Promise yourself you'll work on your scary goal for just 5 minutes. Anyone can do anything for 5 minutes. What happens next is remarkable. Once you start, momentum carries you forward. The hardest part was just beginning. Let me tell you about young Tommy. At age 10, he was terrified of water after a frightening experience at a pool. But he desperately wanted to join his friends swimming in the lake each summer. His wise father didn't force him into deep water. Instead, he asked Tommy to simply put his toes in the lake for 5 minutes each day. Just his toes. Within 2 weeks, Tommy was wading knee-deep, and by summer's end, he was swimming with his friends. This principle works for adults, too. The author who writes 1 page a day has a complete book in less than a year. The person who saves $5 daily accumulates over $1,800 annually. Small beginnings, consistently maintained, produce magnificent results. Action is the antidote to fear. Nothing diminishes anxiety faster than actually doing what you're afraid to do. The moment you take that first step, no matter how small, your fear begins to lose its power over you. So today, I challenge you. Identify what you've been putting off because of fear. Then schedule your first tiny step on your calendar and keep that appointment with yourself. Courage, like a muscle, grows stronger with use. And with each small act of bravery, you build confidence for the next challenge. The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step. Take that step today. Your future self will thank you for your courage to begin. Lesson 9. The value of time. Time is the most precious commodity you'll ever possess. Unlike money, which comes and goes throughout your life, time moves in only one direction. Once a minute passes, it's gone forever, never to be reclaimed or revisited except in memory. I'd like you to imagine that every morning when you wake up, a magical bank deposits $1440 into your account. That's exactly how many minutes you receive each day. No more, no less. You can't save these minutes for tomorrow. Whatever you don't use wisely simply vanishes at midnight. What would you do with such a gift? The truth is, you already have this gift. Each of us receives 1440 minutes every single day. The difference between those who accomplish their dreams and those who don't often comes down to how they invest these precious minutes. Think about how you spent yesterday. Can you account for where those 1440 minutes went? Most people can't. They let time slip through their fingers like sand, never realizing what treasure they're losing. But successful people guard their time carefully, treating each hour as the valuable resource it truly is. Here's a secret the most accomplished people know. You can't manage time. You can only manage yourself in relation to time. The clock ticks at the same rate for everyone. The president of a country, a famous athlete, and you all get the same 24 hours each day. The difference lies in what each person chooses to do with those hours. Start thinking of your time in terms of investment. When you spend an hour watching television, you're investing 60 minutes of your life that will never return. Is the return on that investment worth it? Sometimes relaxation is exactly what you need. But often, we fall into habits of using time without thinking. Your time deserves a purpose. This doesn't mean every minute must be productive. Play is essential, but even your play should be chosen deliberately, not just happening because you didn't plan anything better. Try this simple exercise. For just one day, keep track of how you spend each hour. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. At day's end, mark each hour as either an investment, something that moves you toward your goals, or an expense, something that doesn't. This awareness alone will begin to shift how you view your days. Saying no to something is actually saying yes to something else. When you decline that invitation to an activity that doesn't excite you, you're actually preserving time for things that truly matter to you. Your time is your life in its most basic form. When you truly understand this, you'll begin making choices that reflect your deepest values. Work hard during your work time, play fully during your playtime, and give generously of yourself when helping others. This balance creates a life well lived, minute by precious minute. Lesson 10. The Joy of Recreation. Welcome to a chapter that may surprise you. In our journey through the principles of success and meaningful living, we've discussed the importance of hard work, positive thinking, and personal growth. But now I want to share with you one of the most overlooked secrets of truly successful people, the power of play. Recreation isn't merely an escape from our responsibilities. It is, in fact, exactly what the word suggests, recreation. When we engage in activities that bring us genuine joy, we are literally recreating ourselves. We are recharging our mental and physical batteries in a way nothing else can accomplish. Consider the lives of history's most productive individuals. Thomas Edison, despite his legendary work ethic, made time for fishing expeditions. Albert Einstein played the violin when he needed to solve complex problems. Their recreational activities weren't distractions from their work. They were essential components of their success. Your mind operates much like a bow and arrow. The bow must be unstrung periodically, or it loses its resilience and power. Similarly, when you allow yourself periods of joyful recreation, you return to your work with renewed energy and fresh perspectives. The quality of your play is just as important as the quality of your work. Choose recreational activities that truly engage you, that pull you into what psychologists call a flow state, where time seems to disappear. This might be playing a musical instrument, hiking in nature, creating art, or simply engaging in spirited games with friends and family. Many adults have forgotten how to play with the abandoned joy of childhood. They've allowed life's responsibilities to steal that magical ability to be fully present in a moment of pure enjoyment. This is a terrible loss, not just for their happiness, but for their productivity as well. Make a conscious decision today to reclaim the joy of play in your life. Schedule it as faithfully as you would any important business meeting. Your recreational time isn't selfish indulgence. It's a necessary indulgence. It's a necessary investment in your overall effectiveness. Balance is the key principle here. Just as all work and no play creates a dull, uninspired life, so too does all play and no work lead to emptiness and lack of achievement. The magic lies in the rhythmic alternation between focused effort and rejuvenating recreation. Play takes many forms. For some, it's physical activity that brings the greatest renewal. For others, it might be quiet creativity or social connection. Discover what truly refreshes your spirit and make it a regular part of your life's rhythm. When you master this balance, when you learn to work hard and play with equal enthusiasm, you'll discover a wonderful truth. The joy and energy you cultivate during recreation flows back into your work, making it more inspired and effective. This creates an upward spiral where work fuels play and play enhances work, lifting your entire life to new heights of achievement and satisfaction. Lesson 11. Finding joy in the journey. Life isn't just a destination. It's a grand journey meant to be savored. And as we've explored throughout this book, the most fulfilling lives blend hard work with hearty play, all wrapped in the spirit of giving. Today, I want to talk with you about something that separates the truly successful from those who merely accomplish: the ability to find joy along the path. Too many people postpone their happiness. I'll be happy when I get that promotion, they say. I'll enjoy life after I retire. Once I reach my goal weight, then I'll feel good about myself. But that's backward thinking. Joy isn't waiting for you at some future finish line. It's available right now, this very moment, if you choose to claim it. Consider the child building a sandcastle at the beach. Is she disappointed that the tide will eventually wash away her creation? Of course not. She delights in each tower and moat, living completely in the moment of creation. That's the secret wisdom we adults often forget. When you're working hard toward your goals, look for the pleasure in the process itself. Feel the satisfaction of solving a difficult problem. Notice the growing strength in your character as you push through challenges. There's joy in becoming, not just in arriving. And what about play? In our achievement-oriented world, we often feel guilty about taking time for simple pleasures. But play isn't frivolous. It's essential. It refreshes your mind, stimulates creativity, and connects you with others. Whether it's playing catch with your children, enjoying a board game with friends, or simply taking a leisurely walk in nature, play rejuvenates your spirit in ways nothing else can. I knew a successful businessman who scheduled adventure days with his family twice a month. No phones, no business talk, just pure fun and connection. I could make more money working those days, he told me, but I'd be bankrupt in what really matters. 20 years later, his children still talk about those special days, while few the extra deals he might have closed. As for giving, there's perhaps no greater joy available to us. When you share your time, talents, or resources, something remarkable happens. The ancient wisdom that it is more blessed to give than receive proves itself true in your experience. Your problems seem smaller, your gratitude grows larger, and your perspective shifts from scarcity to abundance. Try this simple practice. Each evening, reflect on 3 moments of joy you experienced that day. Perhaps it was the satisfaction of completing a challenging task, the delight of a good laugh with a friend, or the warmth of helping someone in need. By intentionally noticing these moments, you train your mind to find more of them. Happiness isn't something you pursue. It's something you create through your daily choices. The quality of your journey depends not on reaching some distant goal, but on how you travel the road today. Work hard, yes. Play with enthusiasm, absolutely. Give generously, without question. But through it all, never forget to find joy in the journey itself, for that is where life is truly lived. Lesson 12. Leaving your legacy. There comes a time in everyone's life when they must ask themselves a fundamental question. What will I leave behind? Legacy isn't about monuments of stone or metal bearing your name. True legacy lives in the hearts and minds of those whose lives you've touched. Think of legacy as the shadows we cast long after we've left a room. The farmer who plants an oak tree knows full well he may never rest in its shade. Yet he plants it anyway, understanding that future generations will benefit from his foresight. That, dear reader, is the essence of legacy thinking. Too often, people believe leaving a legacy requires enormous wealth or fame. Nothing could be further from the truth. The bus driver who greets every child with genuine warmth each morning leaves a legacy of kindness. The teacher who stays late to help a struggling student leaves a legacy of dedication. The parent who reads to their child each night leaves a legacy of love for learning. Your legacy begins with a simple decision: to live each day with purpose. When you work hard, you demonstrate the dignity of honest effort. When you play hard, you show the importance of joy and balance. And when you give all you can, you reveal the true secret of a meaningful life, that we are all connected in this grand human story. Consider for a moment what messages your daily actions send to those around you. Are you teaching resilience by how you handle setbacks? Are you demonstrating integrity by keeping your word? These subtle lessons become your living legacy, shaping others long before you're gone. Legacy building isn't something you do someday. It's something you do every day. Each morning when you rise, ask yourself, how might I add value to someone's life today? It could be through a kind word, a helping hand, or simply giving your full attention to someone who needs to be heard. The beautiful truth is that giving creates abundance rather than scarcity. When you share your time, talent, or treasure, you don't end up with less. You end up with less. You end up with more purpose, more meaning, more joy. The law of giving works quietly but powerfully in the background of a well-lived life. Start building your legacy today by identifying one person whose life you can touch. Perhaps it's mentoring a young person, volunteering for a cause you believe in, or simply being fully present for your family. Small actions, performed consistently with love, create ripples that travel further than you might imagine. In the end, we're all building our legacy whether we realize it or not. The only question is whether we're doing so intentionally or by accident. Choose to be intentionally or by accident. Choose to be intentional. Choose to leave your unique mark on this world through kindness, excellence, and service. At the sunset of life, the measure of your days won't be counted in dollars earned or titles acquired, but in lives touched and hearts moved. Work hard, play hard, and above all, give all you can. For in giving, you'll discover that you've actually been building your legacy all along.